everyone, this is World Exposure. As many of you probably already heard, Democrat and gubernatorial candidate of California, Jerry Brown, called up the Los Angeles Police Protective League back in September to ask for their endorsement. Now, after Brown left them a voicemail, he thought he had hung up the phone and went back to go talk with his associates. The problem for Brown was that the phone never disconnected, and the voicemail picked up audio of one of Brown's sexist henchmen referring to Brown's Republican female opponent, Meg Whitman, as a whore. Still on the subject of public safety pensions and worrying about losing law enforcement endorsements, you can hear the Brown aide suggesting to make an ad calling Whitman a whore because she made a deal protecting law enforcement pensions by exempting public safety officials from parts of her pension reform plan. Now, in the audio, Brown is clearly upset because he is afraid that he will lose endorsements and votes because he claims that he won't cut them a deal. Now, the audio is hard to make out, but the Brown campaign confirms that the tapes are authentic. You hear someone say, "What about saying she's a whore?" And then Brown responds, "Well, I'm going to use that. It proves you can cut a secret deal to protect the pensions." The Brown campaign, however, is trying to say that Brown was responding to just using the ad saying that Whitman cut a deal to gain endorsements, not for the use of the word whore. Now, Brown might have lost his chance to get an endorsement by the Los Angeles Police Protective League, but do you know who was quick to jump to his defense? Of course, the National Organization of Women. Within hours after this audio was released of some sexist from the Brown campaign calling female Republican Meg Whitman a whore, the National Organization of Women was quick to rush to Jerry Brown's side. The National Organization of Women president from California says that Jerry Brown has promoted and defended women's rights. Promoted and defended women's rights. There's still some speculation that Brown himself might have referred to Meg Whitman as a whore in the audio. And the National Organization of Women claims that Jerry Brown has promoted and protected women's rights. He obviously has sexist morons working for him. So how can they make such a claim? They don't even seem to know anything about him. Of course, I don't think that the National Organization of Women knows too much about Brown's female opponent either, seeing how she's pro-choice. Now, I don't know too much about Meg Whitman myself, but I'm sure she did not whore herself to get to where she is now. What a disgusting, sexist suggestion for the National Organization of Women to stand behind. They should just call themselves the National Organization of Women Democrats, since they're so obviously first and foremost only about standing behind Democrats no matter what the circumstances are, at the expense of forfeiting any women's rights issues that could have been resolved by anyone other than Democrats.